What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. You've seen Patrick Clark put out a video, right? For those who don't know who Patrick Clark is, that is the Velveteen Dream, who had put out an apology video directed at, was it WWE?
Say it, Q. What you got to say, Q?
Let's see, man. Velveteen scheme at it again.
Whew. Bruh, you need some Vicks on that chest.
For everybody that's seen the video, just putting it out there to y'all. Do you think he was apologetic?
Wait, do we think he was apologetic?
Yeah, do you think he was sincere? Or do you think he just said that?
I think I should take this last. Okay, well, you know, Quattro, you know what? How do you feel about it?
I definitely felt like that came off of, I need to say this to get my job back. I didn't really feel any emotion behind his words. With that being said, I am a fan of the Velveteen Dream, and I would like to see that character come back. But he didn't seem sincere to me. He didn't. He pretty much came off to me like, hey, my bad for what happened. I'm sorry how this affected people. I didn't mean others to be bothered by what happened. Is that an apology? Yes. Is it an admission of guilt? No. No, it's not. Did it seem sincere to me? No. No, it didn't.
Pryor, do you have an opinion?
I did not see the video, so I do not know.
Okay. So, here's my thing. Y'all know how I feel about the Velveteen Dream. So, I think right now, it has caught up to him that he fucked up. Bad. We've seen people that fucked up before, and it's like, damn, well, you know, gotta move on, or I wasn't really going anywhere anyway. Velveteen Dream was being primed to be pushed in a top spot, and we have seen it's when Triple H and Shawn Michaels got your back, bruh, you're safe. Damn near from everything. And he probably knew that and probably just flew too close to the sun and fucked up. And probably felt as though that whatever he did or whatever he was accused of, he can get away with it. And he couldn't. And then when EC3 came out with that video and talked about him recording people, going to the bathroom at his party and stuff like that, a hit dog will holler. I'm not here to say that that's true or not, but I do think that he knows that the talent he has and what's been going, and seeing what's going on with WWE now, is that I feel as though that he knows he fucked up. And he's going to try his way of saying like, hey, my bad, I fucked up. I think he's sorry he fucked up. The wrestling part of it. I don't know about the other stuff. Who might have judged that? I don't know. But, and once again, I haven't been following the case. I don't know if he was convicted of anything or anything, but allegedly he's been accused of things. And right now, with Vince not even owning that company no more, and, this thing being owned by TKO, yeah, that, they're not gonna want any kind of drama like that back on their roster at all. It's hard because I'm a big fan of Velveteen Dream, and I was very mad that he fucked that whole spot up for him because he was hot. 2017 and 2018, Velveteen Dream was the thing, and then he fucked it up. I don't think this video is going to do anything. I don't think it's going to make Sean be like, "Oh, come on, Patrick, I'm sorry. Come back home and come back to NXT or come back to the main roster at the Royal Rumble or something like that." I don't think it's going to do anything like that. Like if things happen, they're probably going to be like, "There's some serious ass kissing or help you going to need to get, and you're going to be under close eye." If we won't even attempt to try to bring you back. But he's a very talented guy. And it's just sad to see that talent be wasted like that. And
I mean, that's facts.
Yeah. Because it's kind of hard to say how sincere an apology is from a person when we don't know that person. Like, okay, we know Quattro. We know Primetime. But the way the way Prime says I'm sorry, I'm like, he's an asshole. But I know him, and I know him like, okay, that's sincere.
When do I say I'm sorry?
See what I'm saying?
Point proven.
You know what I'm saying? Point proven. Quattro has I know him, and I know him like when we have deep conversations. He can be somebody who can be apologetic and be sincere about it. But if he's out with people, it may not come off that way. But if you don't know him, you wouldn't know that. So, who's to know what's sincere and what's not, you know? I don't know what this man's personality is like. I don't know if he's embarrassed because of what happened or what people found out, whatever the case may be. But everybody can't be over-apologetic, because I know at times I can be over-apologetic. That's just my personality.
Really? That's new.
You act like I denied this.
I know.
Yes. This ain't nothing, that I hide, but there are times that people just, it's hard for people to say I'm sorry. Or and the biggest thing of all, it's hard for people to admit that they're wrong. That's just
well. Let me ask this in relation to the Velveteen Dream. Let's say WWE pass on him because, understandably so. Does Patrick Clark have a future in other wrestling promotions after this apology?
I think he does. After this apology?
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't know. Because Tony Khan is not going to just hire... As much stupid shit as Tony Khan is doing, Tony Khan is not going to hire him out of spite for WWE because he got people to answer to also. I mean, it's still his company, but still, it's like, you don't want any of the bad stains on your company, whatever he comes with. TNA is...
This is going to sound like a troll, but according to Tony Khan, AEW is the safest company in the world.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And when it comes to TNA, they just go through this whole rebranding that you just don't want to fuck up. I'm excited for the new TNA going back to TNA as opposed to Impact. So I'm excited for that. So you don't want to fuck that up. And right now, I don't know, but I don't think he wants to do anything. I think he just wants to go back to WWE. I think he found a home there. He's comfortable there. His style is there. That's what he learned from. And I think that he feels as though that he can do that. But then, it's hard. I really don't know. In me, look, I'm just going to keep it 100 for you. In me, as a wrestling fan, in me as a black man, in me as all these things, I want to be like, man, you know what? All is forgiven. But you just can't. Not for shit that's serious. fuck?
So I mean, I get it. It's I'm not trying to oversimplify it. I'm sorry if I'm butting in, but it does come across the fact that sometimes saying I'm sorry ain't enough.
I mean, you are right on that. I mean, sometimes you do got to put in the work of change. But the reason why I'm saying is because the stuff that he has been accused of, I don't know where that still stands. I don't ever know if he went to court for it, if he was tried for it, if he was proven innocent for it. I don't know. That stuff still remains hidden. I don't know what's going on with that. Then, when the stuff with the party of EC3 came out, it's like, well, do you have his contemporaries, like, the people that work with him, do they agree with that? Did that happen? Did it not? We don't know. But he obviously was released. It wasn't for his talent. It wasn't because of his race. It was because of something that he did stupid that they don't tolerate. Whether it's any kind of abuse or any kind of allegation or anything like that, they don't play with that. And if that is true, that's something that you got to work out. And I just am too ignorant to know all of the details that's going on with him and that stuff. Because we haven't heard about it in some time because he's been gone for some time. And so much other stuff has been happening in the world to care about Velveteen Dream. So, but now, what's coming out, I think it's hitting him. I think he could be going through his personal hell, his personal rock bottom, and he wants another shot. That is all up to Triple H and Shawn Michaels. If they want to give him another shot. He got the talent. But it's that dark cloud that comes with you. So, Vince may not care. But we're in a company that does care. So that plays a big part into it. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to do anything. Maybe he has to put in the work. Maybe they really have to really understand that whatever's going on with him, he's innocent of it. Because remember, we found out Enzo was innocent for that accusation that he was fighting. He still ain't been back.
Okay, for Enzo, I think a big problem with him was I feel like it would have went better if he just sat on the side until it blew over, but he didn't. He made that thing when he was in the crowd and made a ruckus. And then he was still online making ruckus. So it's like, oh, not only were you accused of being a problem, now you're being problematic. Maybe if you'd have just sat down and shut up, you might be all right. I mean, look at Big Bill.
Enzo had more problems than just the allegations. Like, remember they were saying like Roman had to kick him and Big Bill off the tour bus and all that. It was more than just the allegations.
You're right. Okay, that does make sense. Okay, so it was more. So, like I said, Velveteen Dream didn't get fired because of his talent. He got fired for other shit, and that's something that they're going to have to fix and work out. So I don't know. I just don't know.